Hey, what's up, everybody? We're sitting here with Josh, and the reason we got Josh here today is because I just finished first place for our OTS.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Hey, so Josh, tell us, what were you playing today? Got you undefeated at the end.
Yo, that's crazy. So, after a lot of testing, the format kind of devolved into branded, Snake Eye, and Tempa. And I needed a deck that could reliably beat Tempa, Yubao, and Snake Eye. I didn't really mind the bad banner matchup, so what I ended up choosing was Melodious.
Somebody decides to start their own choir.
I decided to play pure Melodious. Every matchup is a good matchup except for branded, which is just engine to engine. You still beat them. So if you draw hand traps as well to back up your endboard, it's fine. But I went 5-0 today. Played against like a different deck every round, but like it was fine. For the deck profile though, we play 3 Ostinata.
Alright.
This is the best card in the deck. This is a 1-card combo that beats 1 hand trap, which is crazy to think about. Like your 1 card just trades 1 for 1 and then continues to go full combo.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
This also, you beat Roll, you beat Emperor, you beat Nibiru. Like it just goes crazy.
It goes through all the hand traps, you don't care. You still full combo.
And then the other 1-card solo, which is less good, is first movement solo. So eat Tellies and Melodious from the deck if you control no monsters, and then locks you to Melodious for the turn.
Alright.
This can get you Refrain or it can get you Aria. If you already have Refrain, you get Aria and your opponent like can't imperm you or can't Veiler you, can't Morna, no targeting effects.
That's wow.
So it helps you break boards, it helps you just play through hand traps, especially because Imperm, Veiler and Morna are like really good right now.
Yeah, and they all target, which like you say.
Then 3 Refrain, this is the last 1-card combo in the deck. Also plays around Nib like really well. Yeah, it's just essentially like a 1-card combo package deck. And then for like the extender / engine requirements, we've got 2 couplet. Most people play 3. I decided to play 2. The deck is already like uber consistent enough.
Yeah, you just thought 3 might be a brick.
Yeah, it's just you want to open this, you do, but like it doesn't do enough on its own. So 2.
Okay, yeah, no. Well, 2's always good.
And then for the primary extenders, we've got 2 Sonata, 1 Cannon.
Standard.
Sort of standard. A lot of people play 3 Sonata, 1 Cannon, or just straight 3 Sonata. I play Cannon because you'll see later I play Baguska, so it's just a level 4 I can search. But if you're not playing Baguska, you should realistically be playing 3 Sonata. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see why you actually stuck to the 2-1.
And then the other ways to fusion summon besides the in-engine fusion spell is Soprano. This card's crazy. When it's special summoned, you get to add back a Melodious monster from your graveyard. So you get to like go infinite off of this card alone, and it has a fusion effect where you can fuse with monsters you control once per turn.
Oh, okay.
Not a hard once per turn, just a soft once per turn.
Oh, soft once per turn, free fusion.
Yeah, so you get to loop this a bunch. You get to add back cards. It's great. Engine requirement, like a sort of brick, a Shopina. You have engine ways to special summon like Melodious monsters out of your hand.
Yeah.
And you can like discard the engine as well. So it's not bad to draw them, but you need to play this card. This card allows you to play through basically every hand trap ever. Yeah, it's just great. Like it's worth the brick.
Yeah, I mean, if it, like I say, you play through every hand trap, so you gotta. It makes it so much better for you.
This is also a semi-brick, which you actually want to draw it. I wouldn't play more of it, but it's really nice to draw because in your 1-card combos, like you would go refrain, add couplet, and then couplet when it's added to hand can summon from your hand or graveyard. So you just summon the drawn aria, and now all of a sudden, if they didn't like Imperm or Veiler your refrain, they can't do that anymore. So it just turns off all of that. Aria is the reason the deck is good, because you're going full combo, you're ending on a board, and then it's not a lot of interruption, your inboard is not like a lot. But because of aria preventing the opponent from targeting or destroying your monsters by battle, your interruptions will always hit the choke points, always. So although your interruption's not a lot, it is always going to be strong. And a lot of decks like Voices Voice, Cash Tiro, all of them, they don't have any in-engine outs to Aria, so you can literally sit on this and this alone and deck them out as well.
Yeah, because I actually did see it come up in a couple of your games.
Yeah.
So clearly it works.
And then we play 2 fusion spell. 99% of people play 1. I love 2. If I wasn't playing 2, I would have like not won today at all. It came up so much. You can fuse with your pen scales, and then when a fusion monster is sent to the graveyard, you can bottom it, draw 1, but obviously you can't do that under Prosby or draw or shifter. So playing multiple of these allows you to like always have follow-up.
Okay, well clearly 2 is better, definitely. I mean, speaking as a fusion enthusiast myself, also 2 is much better.
And then because it's melodious and we lock ourselves, our extra deck doesn't really matter that much, so we get to play Prosby. This effectively bumps your 1-card combos up from 9 to 12 because Prosby is like mathematically almost guaranteed to find a 1-card combo. So yeah, no, this card's really good. It allows you to fetch Herald of Orange Light, allows you to fetch Call by Talents, all that cool stuff.
Everything that you need.
Yeah. It's not even bad to open with because you have a line where you can start with Prosby, first search, add Ostinato, and then your opponent draws you, and you still got full combo.
Oh, okay, nice.
So it's like not even bad to start with. And then we play non-engine. 3, 3, 2. 8 imperms.
Oh yes.
These cards are great. I didn't play Ogre. Just the imperms are like super generic. They fix a lot of the issues with the deck. Like some of your inboards will end on like an Elegy or a Sonata, which buffs your Etoile by like X amount, which then plays into Typhon. These cards allow you to say no, you don't get your Typhon, and you will end your turn.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah. Morna's really cool. Really good against Tempire as well because you can hit Bident in the battle phase.
Oh yes.
Imperm, like opening this card alone is not bad because you can just imperm something on your turn and then like go Prosby, fetch a talents, and then you're gaming. Because everything is a fairy, we get to play Orange Light. This card's crazy. It like FTKs like most decks, and you pair it up with another hand trap sometimes. Even if you like, the only argument I see not to play Herald is, oh, if you draw this alone, it doesn't do it enough.
Depends how you play.
Yeah, but you can just keep it for turn 2, and then it just becomes a very solid board breaker.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to shotgun it.
Like this just murders Appo, it murders IP, it's crazy. You played 3 Ash, want to respect Vandered, and also Ash is just good when you pair it with other hand traps, because it just shuts off like extenders. And then the last 3 non-engine, we played 2 talents and a cool buy. Most people would swap these out for hand traps, but I value going first, and I wanted to make sure that I could always like full combo.
Oh yes.
And these came up today. I would have not have won had I not played these again. Just ripping hand traps out of the opponent's hand and call by like negating shifter and draw and clutch moments.
Yeah, definitely. Like you don't need to do too many hand traps. You got the basics covered, so you might as well get your draws and discard. Make sure you can control the field.
Yeah, that's the main deck. 40 cards, no more. And then got 2 tokens. For the extra deck, it's relatively standard. We got 2 Baka. Some people play 3, but then they always say, oh no, I banished 1 off of Prosby. Why play 3 then? This deck already goes infinite, you don't need to play more. The 3rd one never came up today. You get to play more tech slots, which you can also use for Prosby material. And then 2 Etoile. This is the boss monster of the deck. It's weird because its effect is so you can banish any number of melodious monsters you control into end phase, and then return, optionally, like return up to the amount you banished your opponent's cards to the hand. So what a lot of people want to do is they want to banish Etoile to like bounce cards, but you normally just end on other monsters, and so just banish the other monsters, keep this on field. If your opponent somehow outs Aria, they also have to out Etoile, and if Etoile's outed, it floats into Baka, Baka floats into Refrain, adds couplet, summons back, and you're just gaming from there. You've gone +4. So keep this if you can, especially if it's backed up by hand traps.
No, definitely. Like I say, it clearly works. Just re-extend the combo.
Yeah, and then 2 Schuberta, this Diddy Crown legs. Yeah, 2 is fine. Wouldn't play more. It's fine. Then 1 Bloom Prima. This is a weird one. I prospected most of the day, but you still kind of have to play it for like Tempire and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it gains 3 on attack for each fusion material used for it, and it can attack twice during the battle phase. And then Refrain Pendulum Scale effect can also buff it. So it effectively becomes like 2800, and then you can just attack twice and you get massive damage in. You can even use more fusion materials, although it's like not good. It just ensures OTKs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually pretty nice. So it's still 10 pass strategy and just attack multiple times.
And there's also some lines, because when it's into graveyard, you can add a melodious card from your graveyard like back to your hand. There's also some lines where you like go through this to add like a couplet back and then like get guaranteed follow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you really thought ahead.
Yeah. And then 2 Bloom Diva, or Bloom Harmonist, sorry. This card's crazy. It's like Halko Firebacks, but for 2 cards. Lock to do Melodious for the turn, which is fine because we're already doing that. This isn't part of like the standard combos, but if you get hand trapped, you will go into this, and it just plays through the hand trap.
Interesting.
Only unfortunate part of this is this, like summoning this alone makes you play into Nib.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 monsters, it summons 2 monsters, you know.
Yeah, it's really, really weighing up your options there.
Yeah. And then we played some generic link monsters. Protector of the Moon takes 2 fairy monsters, and then you can tribute 1 fairy, target a card opponent controls, destroy it. Tributes for cost, so this is essentially just a skill drain out, so it's really clutch. It's a light monster as well. It comes up because Shopina will lock you into only activating light monsters for the turn, light monster effects for the turn, and this is just like removal in the extra deck that you can still use. Then we played 1 Azalea and 1 Donna. Not everyone plays these cards, but so Melodious has this problem where you need to either control no monsters or all Melodious monsters to like extend.
Yes.
And Donna and Azalea do that for you. They clear up like a Nibiru, they clear up like weird ass monsters that your opponent has given you. Or if your talents take, you can make a Donna, get rid of it, and then it clears up for Ostinato and Couplet again.
Yeah, because then you got the open board again.
Yeah. And then the last link monster we use play is Gravity Controller.
Gravity controller.
So
explain the reason behind this. This is an interesting tech.
what you would do if you go through Ostinato, right? You summon your Baka and the EMZ, and then if they imperm it, you've got your fusion mats in the graveyard. So you would go Ostinato. You would send refrain this, right? And they go imperm. You're like, naturally that would end your turn. But you can play Gravity Controller, summon it, triggers the Baka, summons refrain adds couplet. Couplet triggers, summons this guy as well. And then you contribute summon over your Gravity Controller for couplet. And then go soprano to fusion summon with your couplet into Schuberta, and it puts the couplet in scale. Now you control only Melodious monsters, so you can go couplet to add concerto and full combo from there.
Yeah, that's actually a really clever boy.
Yeah, so you don't have to play Gravity Controller, because I think as people like start to learn how the deck functions, you put your Baka in the MZ, they're gonna go, I don't really want to implement that anymore.
Yeah.
So
they're slowly learning it. There's ways around.
I don't ever banish this off of Prosby if I'm going first, or like really second, to be honest. It just comes up so clutch. You need your Baka to resolve, you need to combo.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the last 2 cards in the extra deck were Baguska. There's lines where you can end on like Baka and Etoile. So Baka sends your activated effects of your fusion monsters can't be negated, which like prevents the Baguska from negating your Etoile.
Yes.
So you get to have a Baguska on field and still have an end board.
Yeah, you got a one-sided skill drain essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't end up doing that today, but the line does come up if you think your opponent isn't playing Nibiru. But realistically, what Baguska is for is just for like shifter or draw in like really, really bad spots.
Okay, no, I see. Man, really did think about all the outcomes.
And then the last card in the extra deck is Typhon. This card's great. It really helps in the Brandon matchup to try and clear things against Snake Eye. It's really, really good to just get like a Flamberge back into their hand.
Yes.
Try and like just out an Appaloosa, and then you can summon an Aria, normal summon anything, go Typhon, and then you got a Typhon and you got an Aria, and your opponent like has to struggle to out it because they've used the Appo now. It's great.
That's crazy. Let's see what your side deck checks were.
The side deck.
That's where it gets saucy, but it always changes depending on the event.
It wasn't really saucy. I didn't have like a ton of time to test for the event, but I did do like thorough testing in the time that I did have. So it's like a sort of standard side deck. We side 1 Elegy.
Okay.
So against Fire King, Snake Eye, and Labyrinth, they can non-target destroy your cards, which plays around Aria, which is not nice.
Yeah.
We want to be able to completely lock down our opponent, so we side Elegy. Elegy basically just says that our Melodious monsters can't be destroyed by card effects. So it shuts down Karen, it shuts down Lady Lab Pop, all the shuts down access code as well. It's great. The only hand trap we played on the side, nope.
Siding the big rock for you
yeah.
really desperately need it.
No, so Merciless don't want to play this because obviously you put a nib on your field and then you have to try and out it so that you can continue playing.
Yeah.
But my siding pattern was really tight, so I decided to play matchup specific decks. And nib was for Yubal and for Snake Eye, because you play so many other hand traps that pairs really well with it. And for those it's great. I nib people probably 3 times a day. I had the extenders to out my own nib, continue playing, and I only won games because of nib. It's great.
Well, at least the big rock still comes up.
Yeah. And then 3 Cosmic. I couldn't get 3 of the same rarity. Sag.
Okay, we don't need to be rated towards this. They all do the same thing.
This used to be Droll, but Droll was had too much overlap and it ruined the side pattern, and it was just never being used because there were better cards aside for the matchups Droll was for. So decided to cut it, play Cosmic instead. It's for stun decks and lab and whatever, runic. Didn't come up today, but the Drolls wouldn't have come up anyway. So yeah, it's better to be prepared.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cosmic has a bit more versatility than most people would actually remember.
And then we played a thrust package. There's 3 thrust, 3 Dark Ruler, and then different dimension ground and D-barrier. So
interesting.
yes. So thrust bridges this whole engine together.
Yeah.
Dark Ruler is great into mirror matches and random bullshit. Thrust is good for just getting ostinatos, it's good for getting first movement solos, you can get talents, you can get prosby. Great cards. Against Tempai, you side D-barrier. Against every other deck that isn't loses to D-barrier, side different dimension ground, and you effectively always have 4 copies. Against Branded, for example, you can even side both, so you have 5.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was just really versatile. This won me a lot of games. Well, this actually won me a lot of games today.
Locking down an extra deck has just become too powerful.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my deck profile.
Okay. And so what were the matchups you actually had today?
Round 1, I played against Mirror Match. And I lost my dice roll and I lost my game 1, which felt really bad. But it actually wasn't as sacky as you think. Because talents being able to take their aria or their etoile and force out interruption is really good. Only ended up losing the game 1 because they called by my soprano, which is really bad.
Yeah.
But I reversed and that came out clutch. Round 2 I played against Snake Eye Kashtira, I think? Yeah. Snake Eye Kashtira. Also just went full combo consistently, through 3 hand traps. End on board. The only out that they have is access code, and the only way they can protect their access code from etoile is making Apo. So you can just completely chill on your board, activate no monster effects, no hand traps. They summon Apo, they summon access code. They go, you go on res etoile, they go Apo, you go Vela, Imperm, whatever, orange light. It doesn't matter. They lose. I did that twice in a row, just won. Round 3 was against... What was my round 3 against? Oh my word, I've already forgotten. My round 3 was against... my round 3 was against Centurion, Super Heavy Samurai. So Super Heavy Samurai into the train into full combo, make a Calamity and put up Quasar and all that stuff. I lost game 1 because I opened no hand traps in my 14 hand trap deck somehow. And then game 2 and 3, easy clap. Just hand traps galore and D-barrier, and the side was really teched out for it. Round 4 I played against Cash. I won the dice roll. I made Aria full combo with Etoile, Shuberta. I didn't know it was Cash, so I went for Shuberta, unfortunately.
Yeah, well.
But they can't, they don't have any outs for Aria except for Zeus. So you can just wait for battle phase when they declare an attack, Etoile bounce the XC. They don't have any outs anymore. Or they can make the Zeus and then you can Baylor it. Really doesn't matter. My round 5 was against Tenpai. Also won the dice roll. I went first game 1. I made Aria, Etoile, Schuberta, Chopina, and I had exactly Morna in hand. And this wasn't as difficult as it should have been, because they didn't have like enough gas to like play through Etoile in battle phase. But even if they did, like you can Morna the Sangan Kaiman summon, the Chandra, and that just stops them anyway. So like Etoile plus any hand trap just ends a Tempai turn, and then they still have to play through the Aria. And then game 2, they shifted me, I let it through, and then I ended on Baguska, Baka, Aria. And what that effectively does is Baguska ends their turn unless they have an out for it, which they did. But because they're under shifter, they don't have a way to make Transcendent Dragon, Dragion, and make Trident Dragion at the in the same turn. So they can't switch Aria to attack position and make Trident Dragion to OTK. So you always get a turn 3 if you summon Aria under shifter. And
yeah, well, that's good to know at least. But I mean, overall, how do you feel about the deck in this new format?
I really like it.
Because clearly we can see off today, the Singing Ladies works pretty well.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I've been grinding Dueling Book. I'm top 200 at the moment, with like only 2 days of playing, which is crazy.
Jeez.
It's like over a 90% win rate. This deck is real like skill intensive. You have to learn the lines. You have to like know what to play around. You have to know what to interrupt as well. But I think people like really underestimate it, and I do think it's like a proper threat.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. That definitely means keep an eye out for the Singing Ladies. They're coming for you. But Josh, congrats again on today.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you guys with the next one. Hopefully, come States time, you're going to represent again.
Yeah.
All right.